guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing kind of like my second part of my eyeshadow palette collection. These are palettes that I keep in a basket. They're a lot more bulky, or some I just don't use anymore, so they're kind of like the ones that I don't reach for as often, except for the ones that I have at the top. Those are just new ones, and I decided to include them in this video because they were sitting on the side, so I thought why not. But you might see them in another video, just kind of like in the mix, but I won't talk about them since I already mentioned them in this video. So again, like I mentioned in my last one, that this is not a bragging video, nor am I trying to show off to you guys, and I have a ton of other videos on my channel if these type of videos just like aren't your vibe. But this is part of like my eyeshadow palette collection, and I will include all the parts of my eyeshadow palette collection. I'm not sure if I'm going to be uploading this one next or if I'm going to be keeping them all in order, but I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. We're really close to hitting 500 subscribers, so make sure to hit the subscribe button, and let's get into the video. Okay, so the first palettes that I have at the top are some of my newest ones, and actually a lot of the shadows I'm wearing on my eyes today. First one being the September Rose Cosmetics Slush Palette, which looks like that, and I love this one. And it is cruelty free. It is designed in London, UK, and they do ship worldwide. So this is what it looks like. It's yellow from the back, and then when you open it up, it does have a mirror, but this is what the inside looks like, and it is super gorgeous. I love them. I've tried a couple of the shades. I've tried Sour Apple, which is actually one of my favorite shades in this whole entire palette. I've actually tried Black Currant, and also Berry Blast is the shade that I have all over my lid. I do have Blue Lagoon. Well, I have tried it, and then I also have tried Bubblegum, and I believe that's it. I haven't tried a lot of the shades, but I have tried some of them to tell you that so far I really like the quality of them. For someone that's just really into color, I really do enjoy it, and if you can't get your hands on the Morphe 35B, I think this one would be a great alternative. So yeah, let's talk about another palette that you can actually get here because they are a US brand, and this is Colored Rain. I pre-ordered these actually, so I got them for like $50, I believe. I believe if you order them now, I actually don't know how much it is. You can purchase the shadows as a bundle, or you can buy them individually, and you can also buy the palette. It does not come with the bundle. If you're looking for colorful shadows, these are really nice, and like I said, if you're just missing like a yellow or a purple, you can just buy them off of their website. This one, I believe, is shipped from New York, and this is Alluring Cosmetics. It reminds me of one that is also based in the UK, and it looks very similar, but this one I liked because I can purchase it in the US. And this is an all matte palette, so you have like 2 rows of completely like brown, kind of beigeier, pinkier shades, and then you get some gray shades here. But then the rest of the palette is all colorful, and they're all matte, so that's why I decided to pick it up. This one does retail for 20 bucks, I believe, and they do have a code sometimes, so you can check them out. And then this is the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade palette. This is the original. She recently got a hold of everyone that already bought the original Lemonade, and it got them sent a new one just because I guess the formula wasn't as good as she expected, so she made sure to give everyone and send them a new one, or I think you could have just got it refunded. I'm not really sure, but they sent me an email, so, and at no cost. You didn't have to pay for anything, not even shipping. So this is what the palette looks like. It's really cute. However, I will say that I kind of have mixed feelings about this palette. I'm not sure about you guys. The original, I really liked the mattes, and I actually really liked this lemonade shade right here. I really enjoy that shade in my inner corner. But as far as these shades, like cucumber, pink lemonade, strawberry, and peach, I still have mixed feelings about them even in the original. The original, they're kind of like alright, and in the new one, they're kind of alright too. The only shade that I like how it performs and actually like how it swatches and doesn't get all weird with a brush is the blueberry fizz shade. But other than that, I kind of still have mixed feelings about them. I don't think that they are still the best formulation they can be, especially for the price point. I really love the packaging, so you know, because she sent it at no cost, I'm not going to get rid of either. I'm going to still try to figure out which one has a better formula, but this was kind of low to my expectations because I wanted it to work out. And she will be restocking this. I believe it's already restocked, so you can go ahead and check it out if you are interested and would like to give it a try yourself. So next I have the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette. Because these are all in a basket, I just decided to show them to you guys like this. And this is absolutely gorgeous. This is what the palette looks like. It's so pretty. I love how it has a circle of mattes and then a circle of shimmers and then like a highlighter eyeshadow in the middle. I know that a lot of people, and me personally, I'm not really into the whole zodiac thing. I know my sign and I like to read horoscopes, but I'm not really like the type of person that cares too much about signs. I'm sorry if that offends you, but I'm just not really interested in them. So a lot of people were saying that the colors in here don't match the colors of the actual signs. So a lot of people were kind of disappointed in this one, but as far as the formula and the performance of the shadows, they actually really work very well. So I don't really have anything bad to say about it. The eyeshadows work, so I personally really like this one. And I believe that one you can actually purchase on Ulta. Then I have this one. This is the Storybook Cosmetics Charlie and the Chocolate Factory palette. This is like a book. So I do have the cover still on it, but this is what it looks like. It's really, really nice. It did come in like a velvet bag, and it does come with a mirror, and then it also did come with like a golden ticket, which I thought was really cute. And this is what this one looks like. I haven't played around with this one too much. Just by swatching it, it looks pretty good. I really like how she incorporated more mattes in here than she did shimmers. There's actually, I believe, like 7 or 8 mattes and like 4 shimmers in here. I believe 5 shimmers and 7 mattes, but I really like the mattes she included. There's this Mike TV shade, Snozzberries, Everlasting Gobstopper, and those are pretty colorful. And of course, Oompa Loompa is like an orange mustard. So I really like this, and she has been doing like 50% off sales, I believe. So that's when I decided to snag it up. So this is the LA Colors. This is the 16 color eyeshadow palette. This I showed in a recent like Shop Hush haul, and I really like the shadows in here. I haven't used them on my eyes, but as far as like swatching them, they swatch pretty well. If you guys are just like more into these type of shades or are on a budget, I definitely recommend checking them out. I do want to play with this one and see if I like the performance on the eyes. So then I have all of the Milani palettes. I have Gilded Desires, which you guys have seen in my first eyeshadow palette collection, but then I have all of these. Let me see, 1, 2, okay, 3 and 4. So I'm gonna show them in order. So this is the Most Love mattes. This is a 1, and they're just like really nice neutrals. Of course, the whole palette is entirely matte, and this one is really pretty. Then you have Bold Obsessions, which I like a lot, and this one just has your neutrals and some nice metallics in here. You get both matte and metallics, which I really like. And this one was 02. And then I like the packaging of them. It's very simplistic, but it's still really pretty. And then this is 03. This is Soft and Sultry, and this is their Cool Tone palette. And then Pure Passion, which is 04, and this one is their Warm Toned. So if you want, if you don't like all matte palettes and you wanted most of mattes, but you wanted to have some metallics, I definitely think this one will do it for you. It's really, really pretty. So I decided to pick them up, and I got them online. I don't really like to buy them through Walmart unless it's like a palette I absolutely can't get through a website. Personally, Milani does have affiliate codes, so you get them a little bit cheaper. And I also got a free lipstick with my purchase and free shipping over $30, I believe. So next I have the Pure Creator I forgot what the name of this one was. It has a huge mirror, and then it has all of these eyeshadows. The formulation of this eyeshadow palette is insane. I don't know what they have inside of their metallics, but they swatch like they're almost like wet. They're just like really intense shimmers, which I do really like. And I don't really use this palette too much, but I really do like the performance of it, and it does come with a bronzer and a highlighter. I believe it's still available on Ulta. And this is the Oaklawn Pressed Pigment Palette. You can also buy this one on Hush, and this is basically like the dupe version of the Alice in Wonderland palette from Urban Decay. It was really popular at the time. I remember the packaging of the Urban Decay one had like a butterfly, and it was really extra, but I just decided to get it because I wanted that palette, but at the time I don't think I even had money for it. Then I have two Pinky Rose Cosmetics palettes. These are the transition palettes. I have this one, which I believe, I forgot the name of this one. It doesn't even have the name on the actual palette, but it's like Luscious Plum, I believe that's what it was called. And it has like all these mauve-y, purpley shades. I don't love the package of this, but at the time it was just like super cute to me, and I like the colors, and I have used this palette, so I just decided to keep it because I do like the formula. This one, I think it was called Sunflower, but I'm not for sure. And this one I like a lot, especially because of this matte green in here. I just don't have a lot of these colors in any of my other palettes, so I decided to keep it because I thought it was really cute. I believe these are permanent to their collection. I did have the original, which was all like neutrals, and that one was a collab. It's no longer available, but I decided to sell it on Mercari because I didn't really use it. And then these are from Morphe. These are their, like, I forgot what these were called, but they came out during the holidays, but now they completely repackaged them, and I think they were formulated. This is the 25B. This one was Bronzed Mocha, and I really just like the shades in here. The formulation in this palette specifically makes it worth keeping to me because the shimmers are really bomb. And then this one, I forgot what it was called, but this is the warm one, and I honestly don't remember the name of it, but this is what it looks like. It has like, I think this one was called Copper Spice if I'm mistaken. I'm sorry, but it's really cute, and again, the shimmers in here are really bomb, so I decided to keep it. But I've dropped it so many times, so it has like scratches all over it. This is the Two Gems Couture Burgundy Mermaid palette. This one's really cute. It has like 5 glitters and 5 mattes, and it's alright. I'm not really like obsessed with it. I like the mattes. I don't really like the glitters in here. And then this is the ColourPop Semi Precious Shadow Palette, and this one was out for their holidays. This is an all shimmer palette, but I really like the formulation of these. They're just really pigmented and like super soft, and I feel like they're very unique. If you ever want to get rid of like a certain palette just because it has a specific shimmer, I feel like this one's really cool to have just because it has really cool shimmers in here. Next I have the Urban Decay Urban Decay times Kristen Leanne. This one was the Daydream eyeshadow palette. I got this one on sale. It just has like 5 basic shades, like a beige, some like brown, warm brown shades, a coral, and then a dark brown. I just decided to pick this one up because usually when I do my makeup for work, I use like super simple browns in my crease, so this one's just nice to have. But do I need it? Could I just use a bigger palette? But it was on sale, so I decided to pick it up. And then this is the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics. The packaging is what made me want to have this palette. And then this is what that looks like. It's really nice. I feel like the shades in here are super easy to dupe. I have the dupe of the Shop Hush one. Well, I have the dupe of the Urban Decay from Shop Hush, and this is the dupe. And I'll quickly show you guys both of them side by side. And you guys can determine if you guys want to pick this one up or this one. I know a lot of people always get on Shop Hush, and like people that buy from Shop Hush, because they say it's like not very ethical to support someone that just makes money off of a bigger brand's idea. But bigger brands also constantly rip off indie brands, and indie brands are way smaller. They don't have as big as production. So when you think about it, if a big brand's already stealing an idea from an indie brand, and then a bigger brand makes that palette or gets the idea from that indie brand, and then Shop Hush just makes a dupe of that bigger brand's idea, it's not really all ethical. There's a lot of shit that goes down in the beauty community that isn't ethical, but I think purchasing a palette that is more towards your budget is completely ethical in my point. So as far as those opinions, I'm not triggered by them, because I mean, I completely understand why people want to buy a dupe or find something more affordable, because not everyone has the money nor the funds to be buying a $50 palette. So this one is no longer on sale. It was completely on sale for like the last couple of weeks. It was in stock, and this one is still available. So next is the Ulta Beauty Matte Neutrals. This is a 12 shadow palette. This is what it looks like. This one I bought actually off well, from Ulta, but it was like during their 21 Days of Beauty. They had like different sales on Ulta makeup as well. This one has a really great formula actually, and the shadows are super pigmented, so I really like it. This is the Black Moon Cosmetics Orb of Light Full Moon palette, and this is all matte. It has a really nice like warm brown, like a burgundy, a dark brown, a black, a taupe shade, a peach, and then a mustard, and then this really nice beige in the middle. So like any basic neutral you can possibly think of. I really like this, and a lot of people that I personally follow on Instagram were saying it was great, so I decided to get it while it was on sale. They had like a sale on 4th of July, I believe. And I have two small ColourPop palettes here. This is the No Biggie. It's super cute. This has all shadows like from their like original, like their actual like pressed shadows. So they have 20 something feathered, 20 something feathered, lay low, and then come back kids. So if you read it from the back, it's gonna be like reversed. But yeah, I really do like the shades in here. I'm not too much of a fan of like this glitter shade. I just feel like you have to wet the brush because it feels very gritty. So I guess it's called 20 something. I'm not a fan of that shade, but the shimmer on this side is really pretty. And then this is the Ava Gutowski It's All Wild, the ColourPop. This was a collaboration that she came out with, and this one I really like. She incorporated 3 mattes and then a shimmer, and the shade names I believe are Passport, Tan Line, Bonfire, and then Malibu. And I'm not sure if that collaboration is still available, but you guys can check out ColourPop for that. And then I have the Balm Cosmetics Volume 3 Nude Eyeshadow Palette. And this one is really pretty. My boyfriend actually ordered this one for me online when they were having a sale, because they were all like 50% off their entire website, and I really wanted it, but I didn't want to pay the full price. So this one's basically a close dupe to the Naked Heat palette. It has a lot of warm browns in there, and this one's definitely like the prettiest palette in my opinion from this collection, like the nude palettes. But yeah, the formulation of the Balm is really nice, and they're pretty affordable, especially if you can get them 50% off. This one I have mixed feelings about. This is actually the Matte Luxe Transforming Eyeshadow Palette, and this one is from It Cosmetics. So I actually bought this during a sale. Ulta was having a sale, and I decided to pick this one up. This one is really pretty. It's not bad. Like, I've swatched the shades, and the shades seem to be really intense and just like really nice. I mean, the pigmentation's there. They're not the worst shadows ever, and they're very, very soft. I just find that I don't reach for these shades. So I've kind of been back and forth if I should get rid of it. I really just like swatch it again, and I'm like, I'm gonna try to use this palette. But as you guys can see, it made it to the basket, so it's one of the palettes I don't use very often. And then we have the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette. I've talked about this palette before on my channel, and I love it. The shades smell so good, and I really like the aesthetic. I loved the packaging. I like the performance of the shadows. They're all shimmery except for this shade in the middle. I don't reach for this palette a lot, but I do still really enjoy the formula. So yeah, it's not one that I have like on deck to reach for, but I really like it whenever I do want like a certain shade that looks like it. These I'm not a fan of, not because of the celebrity behind it, but Kylie just doesn't always do it for me. I have her Royal Peach palette, I have her Blue Honey palette, I believe, and then I have the Kylie Naughty and the Kylie Jenner Nice palette. These were their holiday collections of 2017. Naughty was cute. I like it. I love the shades in here. Don't get me wrong, I love the shades, but the formula of her shadows are not always the best. When I first made a review about these palettes, I was really happy with them and I thought I really liked them, but the more that I just really broke it down and looked at them, I didn't think it was that great anymore, which always happens. And I feel like I should totally do a video about like palettes that I personally changed my mind on. But I've swatched your shades. This burgundy shade is very nice, but it's very dry, so it doesn't always blend the best. And then you have Coal, and especially her shimmers. Her mattes, I feel like you can make them work, but her shimmers suck. They're either super dry and like, or they're really creamy and they work, but some of them aren't the best. In the Kylie Nice palette, I really like the shades in here as well, but the shimmers aren't the best. Like this blue shade, like I'm literally on it and it feels so weird. Like you have pigment on your finger, but when you like actually apply it, I feel like, I don't know, the shadow formula is just very odd. It's not what I'm used to. Is it the worst formula I've ever tried? No, but it's not my favorite. So I've debated if I just should get rid of these and like buy the Shop Hush version, because I want to see if they're better, but I still keep them just because I think the packaging is really cute, and I already bought them, so it's not really like much I can do now, you know? And then we have the Urban Decay Troublemaker. Have you ever gone to Nordstrom Rack or just a place where they have really cool makeup, I guess, and their makeup that you've already seen on like Instagram or being talked about on YouTube, and then you see that it's on clearance, so you decide to get it? Well, that's what Nordstrom Rack has made me do. Sometimes I go to Nordstrom Rack and there's palettes that I've seen and have been intrigued by, and because they're on clearance, I decided to buy them. And this is exactly what happened with this palette. So I had seen this palette being clearanced on Ulta for a bit, but I never decided to buy it. And then once I went to Nordstrom Rack, I just had a whole different, like a whole 360, and I decided that it was a palette I needed. So this is what this palette ends up looking like. I don't know what I was thinking, because the middle shade actually is cut in half and has a white and a black. If I were to use the black, I feel like I'd get the black fallout in the white, or the white in the black. But I mean, the black is worse getting in the white than the white getting in the black. The burgundy shade is very pretty, and I really love the formulation of Urban Decay's shimmers. But these are palettes, I mean, these are colors that I can find easily in another one of my palettes. But like I said, I just thought it was gorgeous and I decided to buy it, but I haven't used it since my purchase. And then these two palettes I still have in their packaging because I'm still on the fence about them. And I don't know, I just don't use them a lot. But I decided to put them in their packaging in case I wanted to give them away or do something with them. So this is the Tarte High Performance Naturals. I believe that's the name of their brand now. But this is Be a Mermaid and Make Waves palette, and this is the packaging of this one. When I first saw this palette, I legit even said that I wasn't gonna buy it because of the fact that it was like super colorful on the outside, but the inside was completely neutral. So it's like a little shell, and then it smells like chocolate, and of course the packaging is super beautiful, I'll give them that. But the reason I bought this palette was for this specific shade right here, and for that shade only. I went to Sephora, I swatched it, and I just couldn't find a shade like it at all anywhere else. So I decided that I was going to buy the entire $42 palette because I wanted this single shade so bad. And this is what it looks like. It's like, I don't know if it's even swatching right. It's like a green bluish with gold flecks duochrome, and it's super pretty. But the pans are super small. There's more package than there is product in this. And of course, that's what gets you, like the whole packaging. I really love the shade Lagoon and Bubbles. Like, the shades are just super pretty. But again, all of the other shades besides the 3 blues in the bottom, I could have easily bought in any other palette. I probably have in the Nude Beach palette that I just showed you from the Balm. So this is actually a makeup product that I feel like if I could find a dupe for this single shade, I would get rid of the palette, or for all 3 bottom shades. I believe this shade, one of the shades that I have in here, I actually have a close dupe of in the Too Faced Festival palette, but not for this shade that I have swatched on my hand. And then I have the Too Faced Natural Matte palette. So this one, I actually really wanted it before they even repackaged the whole like collection, which kind of even bothers me now, because even though I didn't buy the palette, I mean, isn't it kind of annoying when you buy something and then later on the brand is like, nope, this isn't cute anymore, this doesn't really go with our vibe, so let's just reformulate it in hopes that it'll like bump up sales, because that's basically what Too Faced did with this one. This one I actually was a gift, so my boyfriend bought it for me because I was looking at it in Sephora, and it's super cute. The packaging is really cute. It has such a good smell. I don't even know what it smells like, but it just makes me want to eat the shadow. And it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. I really like the imprint on the shadows themselves. They're really cute. But shades, again, that I already have in other palettes. So it was just more of like a guilty purchase. That's kind of what I was telling him when we were leaving, and he had bought me this palette. I don't even want to remember how much it was, because I'm pretty sure it was like $38. I actually bought it during the BIB sale, actually, so it makes me feel a little less guilty, but I could have just used it towards buying a palette. I could have wanted more, you know? And then I have my last 2 palettes. So this is the ColourPop Soul palette. And this one's really cute. I keep them in their packaging just because they're all white, and I feel like they're going to get dirty hella quick. So this one is super pretty. It has like corals and warm browns in here, and it's really cute. I like the formula. I like the mattes in here. I just really like ColourPop shadows, so I tend to buy every single ColourPop palette that comes out. And then this is the ColourPop Mar palette, and this is what this one looks like. And I really like the shades, except I wish that they would have incorporated a lot more blues and also a bit more mattes, just because 2 of the blues are shimmers. Okay, so in total I showed you 37 palettes, but 3 of them aren't in the basket. 3 of them I just had out. So yeah, I have 2 more drawers to show you guys. Unless I already filmed them, then you guys already saw the 2 drawers. But make sure you guys check out my previous videos, whether it is those 2 collections or the first collection that I did, because like I said, I'm a mess. I don't know which videos I'm gonna upload first. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and also turn on your post notifications in case you guys want to be notified of every single time that I upload. And I hope you guys liked what I showed you, and maybe found a palette that you guys are going to be purchasing or skipping on, depending on my view. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it and found this helpful, and I will see you guys all in my next one. Bye guys.